Well, aloha and welcome. Mark Beaton here for the Men's Well, and as you can see here, I'll lift the camera up that I'm actually in Waikiki. Yeah, a beautiful day here, 30 degrees, humid, and everyone's having a great time at the beach, including me. So wonderful to come to you for the Men's Well here in Hawaii. I want to talk to you about step 10 of the Men's Well Charter, and that is exploring the belief of a higher power. Because as I say under this important statement is that do we honestly think that if there is nothing greater than us as human beings, that makes us the smartest creature in the whole universe? Now, if we look at the universe from what we're told, there's like 1 billion galaxies and there's 1 trillion stars in every galaxy. I mean, is there, who created that? How did that happen? And more than that, I guess, is there other life on the other? With that many places, you think maybe that there is, another imitation of Earth somewhere. But in saying that, how was it created? The 12-step program in AA has 7 of its steps related to either God or higher power. Now, I use the word higher power because if you have problems with religion, I can understand that. And higher power really gives you the ability to think something other than your understanding of God. For me, obviously, I'm a minister. I wasn't born a minister. I became a minister late, 35-year-old before I became a Christian. But it was through a discovery. It was a self-discovery of things that were happening for me that I couldn't explain. And again, we have to be always explorers and venturers about what's happening in our life. And I find something like faith can take away the burden and the onus and the worrying over things that I know that I can't deal with. And so the fact that a higher power is not just, something that I make up, it's something that I have seen work in my own life. Because I also say, but you might not believe in God. God isn't described in the Christian way. But I'm telling you, pray. Pray to a higher power. Find something in your life that is greater than yourself, that somehow has a demand on you, has a way of fixing things on you, something that a place where you can find that there is something you can hand over your burdens, because that's what this whole point is about. It's being able to understand we are limited to what we can actually do emotionally in our life. We can change things along the way, but sometimes we need help right then and there. We need to be able to let go of the worry or the stress or the pain that's causing the problems in our life. Because we know they won't go away, or they won't go away quickly at times. So what do? Do we carry that? Do we need to carry that with us? The belief in a higher power means that we can say, I'm handing that over to my higher power. Now, you might not have an understanding about what your higher power is, but I'm saying if you put it into a prayer and just believe that there's someone or something greater than you that can handle, a spiritual being that can handle spiritual problems. That's what we're talking about. And when I use the word spirit, I want to sort of define it as, when you are sad and you are down, we use the term, we say that we are low in spirit. And when we're up and everything's sort of great, now he had high spirits or she had high spirits. Well, what is that spirit? What is something, outside our control? I heard someone say to me the other day about, they when they're feeling good, they go to a higher point in their life, a higher place in their life, a higher type of source of themselves. Well, I would want to say to you that that's a higher power. I want to say that you might name it as that there is something working outside of you that has a greater way of being able to fix the things that we know are impossible for us to fix. But this is a tricky step, and I get that for some people. And I'm a minister, and I understand that the authorities around religion have a bit to answer to, particularly over maybe the last 50 or 60 years. But that's not my concern. I'm not here to represent Christianity. I can tell you about my life. I can tell you about the changes that have happened in my life, and they happened because I was willing to accept God as my higher power. Now, I just want to say to you that it might not be God for you. Not at this point in stage. There might be reasons for that, and I totally accept that. But we have to, I think, accept there's something happening greater and bigger than us, than what's happening for me outside ourselves. And that's the way that I want to point you. And again, I say to you, all you have to do is believe. Pray. Pray for help, pray for peace, pray for humility, pray for joy. You might not have anyone that you want to actually name that to. Don't stop praying, because I think there's a nice release in that. There's a nice way of being able to release that. I visited Pipeline yesterday. I got to swim in Pipeline, which was really nice. A bit of a iconic place, I guess, for sort of the world will know, and a highlight for me. But Pipeline was very flat. There was no waves there. And I find the world very, very flat, very one-dimensional, if you don't have some type of belief in a being greater than yourself. So I encourage you, if you have a higher power, try and name it. If you don't, explore and venture to try and find something that you can see greater than you in this world, to be able to release all the stuff that you can't release. Look at that little bird just landed there next to me. I wonder if that's a sign. Look, wonderful to be for you. Next week, which might only be a few days from you, I'm going to be broadcasting the 11th step of the charter, the last one from Anaheim in Los Angeles. Well, that's going to be wonderful. I've still got another day or two to go here in beautiful Waikiki. So great to be able to connect and to speak to you again. Look, have a great week. Mark Beaton here for the Men's Well, and we will speak soon. Bye.